In Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange's memory-altering spell adds unexpected darkness to the story. With an uncertain MCU future and dwindling support, Spider-Man faces mounting challenges. Join us as we explore 10 potential dark comic storylines in the MCU's Spider-Verse. Shed miniseries, The Lizard's Inner Turmoil. The Amazing Spider-Man issues number 630 to 633 featured the intense narrative of Shed, portraying the tumultuous battle between Dr. Kurt Connors and the Lizard, marked by its bloody repercussions. The storyline concludes tragically with the Lizard taking the life of his son. Considering the Lizard's appearance in Spider-Man No Way Home, a return to the MCU could pave the way for adapting this storyline. The all-encompassing destruction of Connors' life by the Lizard, coupled with a terrifying transformation, offers compelling material for potential inspiration in upcoming movies. A kid battling cancer and Spider-Man. In The Amazing Spider-Man, number 248, the narrative unfolds as Spider-Man encounters one of his most devoted fans, Tim, a young cancer patient facing a grim prognosis. This story stands out as one of the darkest and most poignant in Spider-Man comics. Within the comic, Peter Parker discloses his true identity to Tim, a pivotal moment in one of the standout issues from the 1980s. The storyline also includes a retelling of Spider-Man's origin. This particular issue offers potential for a poignant scene or subplot in the MCU's future, allowing Spider-Man to confront a forgotten past that everyone else has overlooked. SpiderMan Rain, Radioactive Darkness. Spider-Man and Mary Jane face numerous relationship challenges in both movies and comics, but a particularly dark twist unfolds in Spider-Man Rain. In this grim Marvel comic timeline, Mary Jane succumbs to exposure to Spider-Man's radioactive powers. This storyline, reminiscent of The Dark Knight Returns, depicts an older Spider-Man battling in a dystopian New York City. While a live-action adaptation of Rain is unlikely, there's potential for some variation to surface in the MCU multiverse, animation, or other mediums, the alternate zombied Marvel universe. What If has crafted a universe where zombies reign, setting the stage for the Marvel Zombies comic series to explore a dark twist for Spider-Man. In the original comic, Spider-Man, transformed into a zombie, tragically consumes and kills Mary Jane. As the storyline unfolds in the comics, Mary Jane also transforms into a zombie, contributing to the apocalyptic havoc. With an upcoming animated Marvel Zombies series, this narrative is anticipated to surface in some manner, marking one of the darkest chapters in Spider-Man's MCU journey. The Wall Crawler vs. Weapon X. Spider-Man vs. Wolverine marks the initial encounter between the iconic superheroes in Marvel Comics and stands as one of the darkest Spider-Man tales. In this 1980s one-shot, Spider-Man unintentionally kills Wolverine's ex-girlfriend Charlemagne. In reality, Charlemagne exploits Spider-Man to escape her complex situation with the KGB. As Wolverine joins the MCU, this narrative could serve as inspiration for a live-action adaptation depicting their first on-screen meeting. A better and superior Spider-Man in all ways. The superior Spider-Man stands out as one of the most powerful and darkest versions of the character in the comics. In this storyline, Dr. Octopus swaps minds with Peter Parker, taking control of Spider-Man's body and leaving Peter and Octopus's dying one. While the MCU sent Dr. Octopus back to his reality with a positive change, the multiverse offers the possibility of another variant emerging. A new Dr. Octopus variant could potentially bring this dark narrative to the screen, disrupting Spider-Man's potential reunion with his friends. Exploring more with the Symbiot, the post-credits scene in No Way Home offers a tantalizing hint as Eddie Brock leaves a trace of the alien symbiote suit in the MCU before returning to his universe. This sets the stage for a dark storyline where Spider-Man grapples with losing control. In the comics, Spider-Man realizes the true nature of his new costume after wearing it for a while, and the symbiote starts influencing his personality. This narrative could effectively explore Peter's identity in the MCU without the stabilizing presence of his forgotten friends and family. The MCU's Peter Parker and his demise, the death of Peter Parker, stands out as one of the darkest Spider-Man comic book stories that the MCU could delve into. Hailing from the Ultimate Comics universe, this narrative portrays Peter's tragic demise in his final battle against the Green Goblin. This storyline presents a potential exit strategy for the MCU if Tom Holland decides to step away, as it paves the way for Miles Morales. The Last Big Game, Kraven's Last Hunt, stands as one of the finest and darkest Spider-Man comic book arcs. In this epic tale at Kraven, The Hunter buries Spider-Man alive, creating a gripping storyline that culminates in Kraven taking his own life upon realizing he can never defeat his archenemy. While Kraven the Hunter is anticipated to remain in the Sony Marvel universe, following his solo movie, the prospect of a crossover with the MCU introduces the potential for a dark and unexpected turn in the franchise. Drawing inspiration from this classic 1980s narrative, Gwen's tragic night, Gwen Stacy is yet to make an appearance in the MCU. If her character is introduced in the future, the darkest storyline from her comic history is The Night Gwen Stacy Died, featured in the Amazing Spider-Man number 121 and number 122. This landmark narrative concludes with the tragic death of Spider-Man's longtime love interest. While this storyline has already influenced The Amazing Spider-Man 2, the MCU might choose to avoid repeating it, especially if Andrew Garfield returns for additional Sony movies. If Gwen does enter the MCU, she could potentially take the form of Spider-Gwen, her powerful multiversal variant. Drawing from the darkest Spider-Man comics, the next movie could explore grim scenarios like villains burying him alive or stealing his body. Recent events suggest a bumpy journey ahead, with somber moments reminiscent of past dark narratives. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more exciting content. Stay tuned for more thrilling MCU discussions.